Welcome back to the UTL Podcast, episode number 6. I'm Robin.
I'm Lex. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about snacks, drinks, and candy from the 90s.
Awesome.
Stuff that we grew up with. Some of you may have heard of these. Some of you may have not. If you grew up in the United States like we did, you definitely have heard of them. And some of these things that we have on these lists are still available today. Just as an adults, we don't really indulge in these things anymore. But as kids, we sure did. So we're going to start off our list with candy from the 90s.
Candies from the 90s.
All right. So I'm going to start with my number 5. Now, these are candies that are probably still available today. I just don't eat candy like that anymore. But I'm going to go with my number 5.
Okay.
Are Now and Later.
Good choice. Now and Laters.
Now and Laters. With these little squares, they still exist today. And they were chewables, but they were kind of hard. They were hard chewables. They came in different flavors. I remember getting them a lot at this place called BJ's because they had them in a big barrel. And so, yeah, my mom would buy the big barrel for us in the summer.
Now and Laters.
Yep. Now and Later. So that's my number 5. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is candy corn.
Candy corn. Okay.
I freaking love candy corn.
I know someone that is addicted to candy corn.
Candy corn is like the best.
Yeah.
The fifth best, but in the top 5. It's really good candy corn.
Yeah, you only see it nowadays on Halloween.
Yeah.
Did you know, supposedly, if you could stack them up, it makes like the form of corn?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, if you stack them up in circles all the way to the top, it forms like a whole corn on the cob.
And I actually like to also the candy corn, the candy pumpkin, the pumpkin.
Oh yeah, the pumpkins.
Yeah, they were both really good.
They do taste good, but after empalaga.
Yeah, but still, I'm gonna go buy some candy corn.
Okay. All right, my number 4 candy are Push Pops.
That's actually my number 4. The Flintstones.
That's ice cream.
Bruh. You can edit that.
No.
Yeah, Push Pops were these. It was a hard candy. It was kind of like I'm not gonna name another candy that's big from the 90s, but you would push it up. It was like a lollipop type of thing, and it had a little. It's kind of like a pen.
Like the Now Later, like below the Jolly Rancher.
It's the same texture as a Jolly Rancher. It's really long, and it comes in a tube, and you push it up.
Yeah.
And you suck on it. Yeah, that's the Push Pop. It came in different flavors, and it had this little hook that you could kind of put like in your shirt pocket or whatever, or in your jeans. Yeah. So my number 4 is Push Pop.
Okay, since I got mine confused.
Yeah, that was
it's an ice cream. So my number 4 in candy will be the lollipop sugar daddies.
Lollipop sugar daddies.
It was like a yellow wrapper, and it was like caramel.
Dang, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was like yellow wrapper with red.
I don't remember.
It was like rectangular.
Probably if I see a photo, I'll probably remember that.
You're gonna know, but those were really good. So yeah, Sugar Daddies was my number 4.
Okay, my number 3, and it's still around, are Nerds.
Ooh, really good.
Nerds, and it came in a little box, and it had 2 flavors.
The grape, and was it cherry?
They came in different ones, but it was like a box, but it was divided in the middle, and it had 2 separate openings, and you can choose which flavor you wanted to eat at a time. So yeah, Nerds is my number 3.
My number 3 are Warheads.
Yeah, that's an honorable mention for me. Warheads. The worst one was Black Cherry.
Yeah,
Black Cherry was
Warheads. The
most sour.
Yeah, Warheads. That's my number 3.
Yeah, those were good as hell. All right, my number 2 are Pop Rocks. Man, that was awesome. Just putting that in your mouth and the popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pop Rocks. Different flavors. And I actually tried them recently again, and yeah, they still taste good.
Pop Rocks, number 2. Mine are I don't know if they sell them here, but in Puerto Rico they're called cherry clan. Cherry clan.
Cherry
They were
clan.
kind. They were like kind of sour, but it was like a little like marble,
Mm-hmm.
and it was red. And when you suck them, it turned white. They were like Asian candy. It was all red. Cherry clan. Amazing.
That does sound familiar. I think I've
Cherry
seen it
clan.
here too. I will look up.
I've been looking for them for years and I haven't been able to find them.
Maybe they
Yeah,
stopped making them.
possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number 2 is Cherry clan.
Okay.
Cherry clan.
Cherry clan. My number 1, bubble tape.
Good.
Man, that was a great bubble gum. And
Bubble
you would
tape.
just be pulling out pieces and just stuffing your mouth with it. And it tasted so good. Yeah, bubble tape. That was my all-time favorite candy. They still sell them today, but I haven't had that in a long time.
My all-time favorite are Airheads.
And you still like Airheads?
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah. Best flavor was the white one.
Well, you can't say that because it would change all the time. White mystery. So one day was cherry, one day it
Oh, yeah, you never knew what flavor
you
it
never
was,
knew
but it
it
just
was.
tasted
Yeah,
good.
it just tasted good, but you never knew what it was.
Yeah, Airheads were always good.
Airheads was my favorite.
Okay. That was a quickie. That was a quick list on 90s candy. So now we're going to go to 90s snacks. These are the snacks that you had in your lunch when your parents packed your lunch and you went to school. Also, snacks that you wish you had because some of your friends had it, but your parents just never bought it for you. I'm going to go with my number 5, Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Twinkies were amazing, and they still are.
Twinkies.
Yep. What was your number 5?
My number 5 are moon pies.
Moon pies. Okay.
You put that sucker like 5 seconds in the microwave. It will get bien blandito.
I've never actually thought of that.
Yeah, man. 5 seconds in the microwave, it'll start
like oozing.
Yeah. With a glass of milk, that was it.
Dang, I never heard of it that way. That actually sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah, bro. Moon pie. Number 5.
Moon pies. Okay. Number 4, fruit roll up. You always saw the kids have it in lunch. I never really had it.
I never had it either.
Because my
I would try it with them. Like they would give you a little piece of the fruit roll up, and it's like I want it.
I wish I had that.
And they never got it.
My parents never spent money on that. So that's my number 4, fruit roll up.
My number 4 is the push up from the Flintstones.
Oh, the ice cream?
The ice cream.
Okay.
That was my number.
That was good. I do remember the Flintstone multivitamins.
Yeah, everybody has that.
Everyone had that.
Everybody. The grape.
Yeah.
I think the grape was the best one.
Okay, so
what's your number 3?
My number 3 are Dunkaroos.
Those are really good.
And they still make them.
Yeah.
Dunkaroos, man, that was great. Dipping them into that little, I think that was freaking like frosting from a cake frosting.
Yeah, cake frosting.
That's what it was.
I think it was Pillsbury Doughboy.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was just cake frosting.
Yeah,
you would just dip us a cinnamon like cookie. But they were really good. Oh, there's another one I forgot to add, but
put that in the mention as an honorable mention. After we do the list, you do
okay.
Honorable mention.
Okay, so what's your number 3?
My number 3 was Pop Quiz, like Pop Secret. So Pop Secret popcorn had the Pop Quiz, which was different colored popcorns. So you never knew what color you were gonna get. You just put it in, you microwave the popcorn. The whole bag will be red, or the whole bag will be blue popcorn or green popcorn.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Pop Quiz, and it tasted really good. The same, but just with color.
What coloring? Okay, yeah. I never heard of that.
Yeah, Pop Quiz.
My number 2. So I'm gonna switch it for the other one. My number 2, I wanted and I never had it. I never really got to. So it's not really a number 2 that I should put. It's Lunchables. Every kid wanted Lunchables. Every kid had it for school. But I'm gonna switch that for something that I really did have that I loved. I don't know what it was called, but it was at the Kraft. It was like the cheese with the crackers on the side and a little red stick that you would grab the cheese and spread it on the cracker.
Not cheese it.
No, it wasn't.
But I know you're talking about with the spread.
The spread. It had the cheese spread, and attached to it were the 3 or 4 crackers.
I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
A little
and they were
red
like long,
stick.
and they had like
a little
basket for the cheese.
Yeah, and a red stick. Yep. And you would that. I don't know what it's called, so I'm gonna find an image for it and put it up here.
Yeah, I remember
and the
that.
name.
Everybody had that in the lunch.
Hell yeah.
Everybody had that.
It was amazing.
Everybody had that.
And sometimes you just eat the cheese by itself.
Yeah, I don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese, yeah, I know.
But it's crazy. I don't like cheese, but then I like the Hot Pockets, which is my number 2.
That's my number 1.
Yeah, Hot Pockets?
Yeah, Hot Pockets.
Yeah, Hot Pockets is my number 2.
Yeah, the pepperoni.
The pepperoni was the best. But it had to be like the original crust. Because now they added a whole bunch of different type of crust and it doesn't taste the same. But if you get the original one, the best.
Yeah, my number 1 was Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
And I remember honorable mention bagel bites.
Bagel bites. Those are good.
Bagel bites. But yeah, Hot Pockets. You put it into that little sleeve in the microwave. You're good.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I wish I had one now.
Yeah. So my number 1, I don't think this brand exists anymore. I hope I'm saying it right because I would just always get it in Spanish. But is Oboises, the Keebler Elf, Oboises sour cream and onion chip.
I don't know that.
To me, that was the best chip that I've ever had. Oboises. Yeah, Oboises. It was white, and I remember I had the Keebler Elves.
Mm-hmm.
So it was from that family, whatever. But love those chips. Oboises. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm not butchering it.
I'm gonna look that up. Watch it be something named completely different.
No, I think
it's Oboises.
I think so.
Okay, I'll look it up and I'll put an image up.
If you can find it.
Yeah, tell us where.
Tell us
where to buy it.
Where to buy it. Oh, I wanted to mention too the jalapeno salsa sunflower seeds.
I know you've always been addicted to sunflower seeds.
But that particular sunflower seed was number 1 for
I never tried that. I've only really tried the ranch ones and the regular salted ones.
And remember the Disney Pop ice creams?
Mm-hmm.
Those are good too.
And I eat sunflower seeds with the shell.
Me too.
What? I ain't got time to be spitting on those shells. That's where all the flavor is in the shell. But yeah.
So what's the next?
All right. So the next are drinks from the 90s.
I got a few.
So I'm going to start with my number 5. Was the ghettoest juice on the hood at every bodega near you was the juice barrels. The little plastic juice barrels that had a little aluminum foil at the top. You open it. They had different colors, grape.
The blue one.
It was just food coloring with water and sugar. That's all it was.
But it was more sugar than anything.
Yeah. But for a kid, man, on summer, playing with your super soaker and going to bodega and grabbing one of those.
That was it.
That was life. And yeah, so that's my number 5, juice barrels.
I have that as a mention.
Okay.
Not in my top, but number 5 would have to be High C.
The High C little square? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So High C.
I have something similar to that, but no.
High C is my number 5.
Okay. Number 4 for me, Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Which is the other High C type.
That was like the fancier.
That was the fancier one. Yeah.
That was the more expensive one.
The most expensive one.
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Strawberry kiwi Capri Sun was like the ultimate.
But I feel like that was a newer flavor. Yeah. All right, so number 4 for me, Capri Sun. What's your number 4?
My number 4,
Tang. Okay.
For all you don't know, you will get Tang el polvito, the powder.
Yeah.
Put it in a cup. Put water.
That's what we grew up on. Tang.
Tang.
That's an honorable mention for me.
Tang.
So my number 3 is Squeeze It. There were like the little bottles.
That's my number 3.
The little bottles that had a face on it.
Yeah.
I think we liked it because of the freaking image on the bottle.
Yeah.
because it was just
No, the
cool.
commercial sold
And
it.
the commercial
The
sold it.
commercial sold it. It's because it didn't taste amazing.
It was
Amazing.
just juice. It was
Yeah,
just,
but it
it was
the,
the juice barrels.
it was see, but it was the characters on the commercial that
Mhm.
sold you to want to buy either the blue one or the red one.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was just the marketing on it was amazing. But it was basically you put the juice barrels into that plastic bottle, and that's what it was.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we both had the same number 3.
All right.
So what's your number 2?
Yoo-hoo. Yeah, boy, Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. My favorite one was the strawberry one.
So it's funny because that's Yoo-hoo is my number 2, but the flavor that you mentioned is my number 1 on the next on my number 1.
Also, you chose Yoo-hoo chocolate.
No. So Yoo-hoo, the regular Yoo-hoo chocolate is my number 2.
And then your number 1 is Yoo-hoo strawberry.
No, my number 1 is strawberry Nesquik.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even think of that. And that's the one with the metal
That's
thing
right.
that you had to open it like a painter's,
Suavecito. You had to spin it around.
Spin it
Yeah,
around.
that's right.
Peel it open like
That's right.
like you were opening up a
Art.
can of paint.
Yeah. And you had it first, and you had it if you put the milk in first, you made a mistake. You had to get the 3 scoops first of the quick into the cup, then pour the milk.
No, you just like
No. If you put the milk first, and then you put the quick, it would just stay in the top.
No, it wouldn't.
100%.
No, bro. That's how I always did it. You would just.
We're gonna have to YouTube to see the proper way of getting.
You're the type that pours in the milk and then the cereal.
No.
Yeah, there's people like that.
No, that's not the right way. I'm telling you, you get the quick. How do you do Tang? Tang is the same way. You put the el 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 the el el the el 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 powder primero y después le echa agua.
No, there's a lot of people that put the liquid first and then.
So you put the liquid first on the quick?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like putting sugar first before the coffee.
I mean, I drink coffee, but yeah, I know you put. Well, at least that's how I do. I will get 3, and then I will put them.
I guess it's just preference, but I'm sure that there's more people that pour the liquid first. We'll see. We'll see now with comments that people say, "Do you pour the liquid first, or do you pour the powder first?"
I think it was the powder first. Unless my parents just showed me the wrong way.
I think it's a thing that you just got used to because your parents did it.
Possibly.
I think that's what it is. So, yeah, we tend to get
the bad habits of the parents.
Habits from people, from our family, or things that we see. Then we think about it, it's like, why have I been doing it this way? You know, it's just you're just used to it.
You see it, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's your number 1?
My number 1. I'm thinking now to change it because I love this drink, but it was one I love more. My number 1 initially was Surge.
Okay, I remember the soda.
Surge,
like
soda.
Like Sprite.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Mountain Dew. That's actually from Norway.
Oh, okay.
And
I remember having that in there.
And it's called Urge. Same logo, same coloring, everything. It's called Urge in Norway. But when they brought it to the US for marketing purposes, they're like, let's give it the S for Surge. Because it's a word. But they still sell it in Norway. But I'm actually changing it to High C. I mean, Nestle iced tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the go-to drink my entire childhood. For summer, everything just
Lipton iced tea.
What? Yeah, water and the powder every summer. And yeah, so that's my number 1. And your number 1 was the
strawberry quick.
The strawberry quick.
But I also have to mention like Sunny Delight.
Sunny Delight, yeah,
Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch.
Snapple.
Snapple, yes.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, yeah. That's true, Kool-Aid.
So those are all mentions that were
That was
needed.
just really sugar.
Demasiado.
Because really what you had in that packet was the food coloring and a little bit of flavor because you had to add the water and at least like a pound of sugar.
To get
it to taste like juice.
Proper, yeah. But once you got it tasting right, you put a little bit of ice and you put that and you went outside and you came home from a long day of playing.
My mom never bought that, and the reason she didn't buy that was because of all the sugar you had to add. But when you got your neighbors and you hung out and they gave out a glass of iced red Kool-Aid,
you had it on your lips.
You had it on your lips for the whole day, and your tongue was red for the whole day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those were my honorable mentions.
Dang, that list went pretty damn quick. So, you know what we could talk about then? Should we talk about a little bit about movies?
Let's get it. Let's go.
So,
are we gonna say 80s,
we had
90s or what?
We're gonna talk about 90s because we're really on 90s right now. But 90s blockbuster movies. What's your number 5?
Star Wars: Phantom Menace.
I didn't put that on my list.
Damn. So you must have giants up there. If you don't have,
yeah, I didn't put that.
The Phantom Menace.
That was big,
humongous.
What year did that come out?
1999, I think, or 98.
Oh, so it's like the end of the 90s. Okay,
yeah, the very end of the 90s.
All right, my number 5 is Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's good. Tom Hanks. Yeah,
that's a
deep a good movie.
Yeah. So yeah, Saving Private Ryan, and these are like movies that you just had to be there in the theater to watch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's an amazing movie outside of theater, but watching it in theaters was a whole different experience. All right, so what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie. Kevin Costner. I love that movie. And I remember seeing that a lot with my dad.
Okay.
And I saw it a lot all the time. And to me, the music was good. Everything was good.
Yeah, the theme for that movie
with Bryan Adams.
It's an iconic theme, and a lot of people know it for Disney, but it's not a Disney theme. It was one of those pieces of music that they use in a lot of trailers for Disney to sell Disney movies and the collection and stuff like that. But that piece of music has nothing to do with Disney. It's all about just Robin Hood.
But also they had that was a very popular song was the one, right? Bryan Adams, the single of that.
Oh, the single. Okay,
yeah. It was very popular as well. So that's my number 4.
My number 4 is Armageddon.
Good movie too.
One of those movies you saw in the theaters, and it was very intense. It was sad. It was a sad movie too. But yeah, Armageddon, my number 4.
My number 3 is Independence Day.
That's my number 3. Independence Day.
Independence Day. Solid film.
Hell yeah. Really amazing movie to watch in theaters when it came out.
Yeah.
And if you went to see it on July 4th, even better.
Yeah, I didn't see it on July 4th.
Oh, I saw it on July 4th, yeah.
I can imagine the line to that was bonkers.
Yeah.
Because there was no getting your seat ahead of time. You had to wait in line and get you,
I have a feeling our number 1 is going to be the same film. But I'm going to go now. That was my number 3. What's your number 2?
Number 2, Titanic.
You know what? I was going to put Titanic in that list. I removed Titanic to put Saving Private Ryan.
I think Titanic is a really good movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's probably not what a lot of people would expect I would say, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah, but anyone that thinks everyone knows
that's a really and not only the music was the shit too.
Everything about that film.
That story, great. Everything was good. So my number 2 is Titanic.
Everyone low key teared up.
So yeah, Titanic number 2. What's your number 2?
The Mummy. The first one. Yeah. That was definitely a Hollywood film in theaters, man. That was the shit. And was good. That was one of my childhood crushes, Naksunamun.
Oh, she was pretty.
Yo, she was banging when she
Yeah.
came out. It was like, oh shit, this movie just got better within the first 3 minutes. Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, for me, number 2, The Mummy.
Okay, number 1. Here we go. Jurassic Park.
Yep.
We didn't
Jurassic Park is number 1.
The best movie in the 90s, Jurassic Park, hands down.
Yeah.
Everything about that movie was amazing. And I think that's one of the strongest soundtracks of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that theme and you know exactly what it is.
Even if you've never seen the movie.
You know what it is. And if you saw it, you know how with the film and like it just tied perfectly.
Yeah.
That was so my number 1 is Jurassic Park.
And that movie came out right exactly when the Super Mario Bros. Movie came out.
And it's
they were both in theaters at the same time. And I remember my dad, he was going to take me and my brother to theaters. Say, okay, which movie do you guys want to watch? Mario Brothers, Jurassic Park? We went directly to Jurassic Park. Even though we're hardcore Mario Brother fans.
You knew.
Yeah, bro. I want to see dinosaurs.
Well, that's the majority of the kids, they're putting a reference to dinosaurs, Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the first time we saw dinosaurs.
And people think that that's what dinosaurs really sound like.
It's not, but it's okay. Let me think of Velociraptor has no feathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So.
Okay. Yeah, that's our top 5 for blockbuster films.
So we actually had 2 of them in the same order, which is Independence Day and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So 90s live action film.
Yeah, so 90s live action kids film.
What's your number 5?
I'm going to go with Indian in the Cupboard as number 5.
It's a good film. I don't know if they're the top 5.
I think it has more nostalgic value than anything because I saw that movie again recently. Like this shit was whack.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So for the top 5.
But as a kid, I was like, wow. So you know what? Scratch Indian in the Cupboard. I just brought you guys a little nostalgia. I'm going to say The Sandlot.
As number 5?
As number 5.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's up there.
It's down. It's number 5. It's the lowest it could be.
No, there's top 10 and shit.
So your number 5 is Sandlot.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5 is Free Willy.
Okay. You know what? Free Willy, I never saw it at the time when it was released. Yeah. So I know a lot of kids love Free Willy, but it wasn't my thing.
Yeah, Free Willy. So what's your number 4?
My number 4, I would have to say Casper.
Okay.
Casper is my number 4. And honestly, this list, they're all really like tied up to get together. So it's really hard me trying to break it down. But number 4, Casper.
For me, number 4 is The Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
The Mighty Ducks.
Actually, would have never made my list.
Yeah, I really enjoy the movie a lot, The Mighty Ducks. Your number 3.
My number 3 is Angels in the Outfield.
That was a good film.
Yeah. That was with Danny Glover. It had and this guy from Back to the Future. He was the main angel.
El Viejito.
El Viejito, sí. Yeah, El Viejito. That's his name. And it had other cast members and people. It has the guy from
Tony from Who's the Boss? Who's the Boss?
Yeah, it had Adrian Brody from King Kong. The Pianist, which is an amazing movie. Anyone never seen?
We'll talk about that. Yeah, that's
but yeah, you watch that movie today and you're like, damn, all these actors that were nobody back then and now they're big stars. But yeah, Angels in the Outfield is my number 3.
My number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Would have not made my list.
That movie to me was the shit.
And to a lot of kids, it probably was. But you know what? I never saw it in that era.
Oh, man.
I wasn't allowed to watch it because it was fighting and had violence and shit.
Really didn't have that much.
Yeah,
Like
but
you
just
watch it now and you enjoy it.
Raised as Jehovah's Witness, too much violence for a child. So my number 2, Cool Runnings.
That was my
Wait,
number 6. Like my honorable mention was Cool
okay,
Runnings.
that was my number 2. It had John Candy, and it was about the Jamaican
Bob
bobsled team.
Sensei.
That was number 2. What's your number 2?
And that was based on a true story.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, just to keep in mind, there's other 90s movies that are live action that should make the list, but they're on another tier. I'm not going to mention names, but there's films that are based off Christmas that would have made this list and been on the top.
Okay, that's also, and I already know where you're going to.
Yeah, but that's why they're not on this list, because that's a whole different ballgame. But just regular films, number 2, Cool Runnings. What's your number 2?
Sandlots.
Sandlot. Okay, that was my 5. Okay. My number 1 is Jumanji.
That's a
The
good film.
original one, not the one with Jack Black and Kevin Hart.
Robin Williams.
Number 1, Jumanji.
So it's funny. Robin Williams is in yours number 1, and he's number 1 on mine.
Well, let me guess. Flubber?
No.
Jack?
No.
Hook. Forgot about Hook.
Number 1.
Dan, that would have been
number 1 for me. Hook was number 1. The soundtrack,
everything. I would have switched Cool Runnings out for Hook. I forgot about Hook.
You see, Hook is number 1.
Yeah, you know what? I do like Hook better than Jumanji.
That's what I know, of course.
Yeah, damn. Didn't think of it.
Hook.
But they both have Robin Williams, and he played a huge part in our childhood. But when it comes to Aladdin, it comes to Miss Doubtfire.
So he's basically made it almost every list. Because if people go to, I'm pretty sure if we go into the animated, I'm sure he'll be there.
Damn, that was a loss. Him passing away, that was a huge loss to people.
You know what's funny? Well, it's not funny, but we were actually working when we found out that he passed away in your mom's house in 2014.
Yeah.
We saw the tweet that he had committed suicide. I remember it was like 8 something, and we were working. We stopped working because we couldn't concentrate. I remember that.
That was for Michael Jackson.
Excuse me?
Michael Jackson. We were in
Iceland, Central Iceland.
When he passed away, we're like, what the heck? Yeah.
But for some reason, this one hit me way harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that was the whole childhood.
That was the whole childhood. I wasn't raised in the 80s, so listening to Michael Jackson wasn't the biggest thing for me. But yeah. All right, so guys, that was our list. That's pretty much wrapping it up for today's episode. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any honorable mentions or anything that we forgot to mention that we didn't have on this list, or if you pour your drink in first before the powder, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know, because I'm curious if I've been doing this wrong all my life.
I think you have, but we'll definitely see when people start commenting. But thank you again. This is Lex.
Robin.
Have a great day, guys.
Adios.